Alright, how's everybody doing? I hope the sun is shining wherever you may be. As you can see, we're back on some Call of Duty Vanguard. Yay. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for the second part of Attack on Titan's final season, but Jesus Christ does that shit look good. And in general, I can't wait for next season's anime to come. Like, looking at some of these titles is just fucking nuts. Obviously, you got Attack on Titan coming back for its final run, as well as Demon Slayer continuing on this season. But it looks like you have some other great shows coming out next season. From anime originals such as Tokyo 24th Ward, which is being done by Studio Cloverworks, which usually they're hit or miss when it comes to anime original content. Like, I remember how Wonder Egg Priority was blowing up for like the first 10 episodes, and they kind of dropped the ball with the final episode. And we won't talk about what they did to The Promised Neverland Season 2. They totally scuffed it. Not only did they skip one whole part of it, but then they wrote their own story to it, which was not better than the already mediocre manga. Then you have another anime original title called Tribe 9 that's done by the Danganronpa creator, which the last work he put out, Akudama Drive, was a fucking slapper if you haven't seen it. It's one of the most underrated shows in my opinion at this point. The only down part about Tribe 9's anime production is that it's actually done by Leiden Films. And if you don't know who Leiden Films are, they're the same studio that produced this summer's mega hit in Tokyo Revengers, which centers around the Tokyo Manji game. And it has a bunch of different like time travel, mystery type bullshit going on in it. Honestly, one of my favorite shows of this year. And just looking at the cover art of most of these shows, a lot of them seem like they have a good amount of potential. Such as Orient, which is being done by the same mangaka of the Magi series. Which, if you haven't read Magi or watched Magi, I've heard it's really good. I personally have not read it, or watched it at the very least. But from all my friends who have watched it, they seem to be dick right in the series. Then you have another one that caught my eye, and it goes by the name of Saibeki Bisco. It almost looks like a Borderlands meets Fallout type of wasteland, which honestly I'm a sucker for. The animation looks fucking flawless, and I don't think the studio that's producing it has done any other animation in the past. Obviously, you have the shows continuing on from last year like Boruto and One Piece. But we don't like to speak about Boruto here, unless you're talking about the manga. Completely different subject, completely different IP, honestly. And next season, you also have one of the most anticipated soccer animes coming out named Blue Lock. And from the trailer, I have complete faith in the studio doing it. At first, I was a little bit questionable with the studio choice, but since seeing the trailer and it giving me almost an instant ejaculation, I can honestly say I'm pretty damn excited for this series. And I don't know shit about soccer. And with all the shows that I'm excited for next year to come, none of that can amount to the excitement or the hype of Attack on Titan. This is it. This is the last time that we will see Eren Yeager grace our screens. Now, if you've read the manga, please do not spoil that shit for me. I am begging you. Please do not spoil that shit for me. Let me enjoy the end. I heard it shit already. Please just let me enjoy the end. I'm just very intrigued to see where it goes from here. Such as like, what happened to my boy Levi at the end of the season? What the fuck is Eren think he's doing? I think it only got announced for 12 episodes, and obviously Studio Mappa is back at the helm, which may God bless their souls. These motherfuckers not only putting out Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, but they are also doing Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise. They have a whole ass movie coming out next year too. The poor director of Attack on Titan has motherfucking bags upon bags in his eyes. But bless this dude's poor soul. Send him home to his family. You got this man working like it's a Chinese sweatshop in that bitch. But throughout the next year, there's a bunch of other anime that I'm looking forward to. We have the godsend itself, Chainsaw Man. Which Chainsaw Man is a true godsend from Tatsuki Fujimoto himself. And if you haven't read any of his previous works, such as Fire Punch or Look Back, which came out recently, this dude knows what the fuck he's doing. And if you don't know by now, Chainsaw Man is my favorite manga of all time. And I'm so excited to see part 2 come out next year, along with the anime. And Jesus Christ, if you have seen the trailer for Chainsaw Man. I remember when the trailer came out, I could not leave my house for a week due to me climaxing every time I had watched it. But compared to that, no other shows are really worth noting coming out next year. I mean, you have a few titles like Hell's Paradise. I'm sure Jujutsu Kaisen is coming back for his season 2. You have the wholesome spy thriller action series and Spy Family coming out. And of course, we have the elephant in the room, which is Bleach's return. And Jesus Christ. And same concept with the Chainsaw Man trailer as with the Bleach trailer. I was not able to leave my house for a week. I actually need to go back and rewatch most of Bleach. Because back when I was watching Bleach, I was watching it on Toonami, if you don't know what that is, on Adult Swim. Each and every Saturday, I would stay up to 12 o'clock waiting for the dubs of each anime to come out. And one of them being Bleach. So yes, I'm excited for that return. Of course, you got other things probably returning. Demon Slayer is probably coming back with either a movie or a season 3. And when that series comes back, it usually takes over the internet until the end of its run. Oh, and yeah, Black Clover has a movie coming out next year as well. Which, who knows how the hell that is going. They have not shown any trailer, released any synopsis for the story at all, nor have they showed any actual promotional pictures from the movie. But all I can hope for is that they bring Black Clover back. I used to love watching that series every week. It was still enjoyable nonetheless. And to be honest, the animation isn't that great, but it was still one of the best shonens coming out at the time. Unless you were willing to watch like Boruto or some shit like that. I don't know why, but Japan usually eats Boruto up. I guess the slice of life aspect just hits different over there. But over here, we are looking for some tough, hard shit. You following Team 44 or whatever the fuck their number is? You know, that team with the cat bitch, the samurai girl, and that other little girl that is in their squad? I am tired of seeing them chase kittens around for the 12th episode in a row. But other than that, I don't really know any of the other shows coming out next year. Of course, there is some mangas that we could expect to get an anime next year, like Marshall or Undead Unluck. Maybe even Sakamoto Days, which is a true underrated gem in Jump right now. So I highly advise you to check that shit out. If Kaiju number 8 doesn't get announced for an anime by the end of next year, I will honestly be surprised. That manga is completely blowing up right now, and it's the #1 selling book actually in America, which is some real ass shit, because when does manga ever do that? And in a future video, I might go through what was my favorite manga or my favorite anime throughout this year. But if I was to pick my favorite manga or my favorite anime without putting much thought into it, I think manga would have to go to Dandadan or Sakamoto Days. And I think the anime would either have to go to Odd Taxi or Tokyo Revengers. And unlike a degenerate Honduran, I know, I like to consider my taste in anime to be pretty fucking amazing. So I would be extremely surprised if you're disappointed by any of the series I had just named. And if you don't like to watch anime, I guess I just wasted about 4 or 5 minutes of your life. I'm not sorry at all. And to that I say, thank you for watching.